37 minutes past the hour. You know, we all hope that in our lives that we get to make choices. Well, the men and women who make the choice to serve this country make the biggest choice, and it's one of the noble choices that anybody could possibly make. Whether it be here or whether it be abroad, to wake up every day with one job, to make sure that not only they and their units are safe, but that you, wherever you may be as an American, here or around the world, are safe as well. You know, we're very lucky on Morning Drive to cover this game. We're also very lucky to have a lot of special guests. Well, recently we had somebody very special join us. And beyond all the commendations and certainly his rank, at the end of the day, this four-star general, he's a golfer. Four-star General Ray Odierno is with us. General, it is a real distinct pleasure to have you here.
It's my honor to be here.
Well, not only because of what you've given to this country, but you love golf.
I do.
Legitimately, don't you?
Yeah, I do. You know, it's something my dad, it starts with my dad, you know, and he never put, you know, he was just a normal golfer. But the one thing we did together from the time I was a little boy, we would go out, there's a little 9-hole course. That was where I lived. We go out there and play every once in a while, and that's what we did together. And from always growing up, that was something we had in common. So for me, it played an important role with my relationship with my father. So for me, it's always been important to me.
Well, you hit me where I live, because that's exactly my experience, and you grew up in the state of New Jersey,
yes,
as did I. So we share that common bond, but specifically the military and golf. Why do you think that this recreational exercise that is also, you know, competed at the highest level by the best players in the world connects so well with the military?
Well, I think it's a couple things. I mean, all across all our installations, we have golf courses. And the reason we do it is because of the recreational aspect, not only for our soldiers, but their family members. And so it's something that's quite natural to all of us. And I also think, for whatever reason, the competition of golf, the individual performance, the ability to be disciplined as you play this game is all characteristics that are really important to us. And then finally, I just think there's this connection that golf has with the military, and I've been so appreciative of it, especially over the last 10 or 12 years.
You mentioned 10 or 12 years. Obviously, as everybody knows, we have been involved in a lot of conflict. So we've had a lot of veterans come back, yeah, and trying to rehabilitate not only their bodies, but their minds.
Right.
Do you think golf is therapeutic in that way?
It absolutely is. I can't tell you how many times I've been on a golf course with a wounded warrior with a missing legs or missing arm, and they play golf and they play it very well, and it shows them that they can still accomplish anything they did before their injury, and they can still do the things that they want to do in their life. And it's really important. My son lost his left arm in Iraq. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget, one time we were playing on a golf tournament, and David Faraday was there, and my son stepped up. He had to drive about 220 yards, and Dave Faraday was amazed. You know, so here's somebody with one arm, and he had a little attachment, and he watched him hit this ball. And to me, that's what it's about. He still has plenty of confidence to go play golf anytime, and that connection that we've had with golf has helped tremendously.
You know, I'm glad you brought up David's name, because when I think of David, I think about how much he appreciates and loves not only the country he is now a citizen of, but the military. Yeah. And the way he treats them normally. Right. He doesn't massage them. I think that's so important.
It is. It is. Well, I've known David for a long time, and I spent 5 years in command over in Iraq, and he came over several times with many golfers, Tom Watson, Tom Lehman, Butch Harmon, I mean, not many others. I mean, they dedicated themselves coming over just to bring golf to our soldiers deployed. But David has just done so much. Mm-hmm. And you're right, he treats them like he treats any other person. He pulls no punches. But he has a love for them that comes through all that. And I have a deep respect for David Faraday. You know, most people don't really know David Faraday. David Faraday is an incredible man who's willing to help many others, and he's done that time and time again with our soldiers.
You mentioned Butch Harmon, proudly served this country himself. The players
Two tours in Vietnam.
Yes, and the players who do go over and spend time with these active military members who are in theater, when you see the humility that these players feel, that has to make you feel very good, doesn't it?
I mean, they feel, when they come over, you wouldn't even know that they're professional athletes. They feel honored that they are there working with soldiers and being with soldiers, because for them, it's their honor in order to honor their service. And so it just means so much. And, and Butch, every year he puts on out in Vegas at his place, he brings soldiers, wounded warriors out there, and he puts on a clinic for a week. I mean, they just do incredible things for everyone.
You're a very busy man. So the hard question is, how many times do you get to play golf?
Well, I try to do it as much as I can. It's usually once or twice a month, maybe I can get it in, which is a little frustrating. I'm about a 10 or so.
That's pretty good for somebody who gets to play once a month.
But sometimes I'm a 6 or 8 as I play. Sometimes I'm a 14 or 15 as I play, so it's a little frustrating. But I love it. It's just great getting out. And for me, it's incredibly relaxing to get out there in the great weather and worry about something else, like how I'm going to hit a pitch or a putt or something like that. So it's really good. But I really do enjoy the game. I always have. And it's because you're really playing against yourself, and it's about you. And I always I like the little games that are on the side, as you know, that have become everybody loves who plays golf. And for me, it's really it is a way for me to get away.
Last thing. More golf in your future coming up?
Well, when I retire, I'm going to retire in a few months. So I think as I have a house in Pinehurst, and I'm a member of a great club there, a country club in North Carolina.
Oh, so, 2 wonderful courses.
Yeah, and so I hope to play a little bit more. I'm still going to be working a little bit, but I still plan on playing a little bit more.
Well, on behalf of all of us, not only here at Golf Channel, but really I can assure you, all the viewers as well, thank you for a career spent serving this country.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you very much, General.
Thank you.
That was a pretty special day, and this was a photograph taken with our, not entire staff, but as many as we could get into the frame. And I can tell you, his visit here was as good a visit as we have had since these buildings have been here. Thank you to the General again. When we continue on this 4th of July, our travel expert, where has he been? He's been traveling.